Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by today. Today we're going to make ribeye pork chops for you. Hope you enjoy the show. Alright folks, today we're making ribeye pork chops. Why not regular pork chops? Because I went to the box store today and they only had this. I go up to the guy, the butcher there, and I was like, hey butcher, where's all the other pork? And he's like, there is no other pork. This is it. The truck didn't come in because it was out of gas. I was like, holy fuck. And this was $8. So I purchased this, and before I left the box store, I got $30 additional worth of gas. So that's why we're having the fancy stuff today instead of classic ribeye pork chops for you. So here we go. So this is nice pork right over here. I like the shape, nice marbling and everything, but the most important thing about the pork and how I do pork are my seasonings. As I've spent several years developing this seasoning combination right here of crushed red pepper, some powdered garlic, some rosemary, of course, black ground pepper, and the kosher salt. You can use sea salt, never iodized. Always go with the coarse salt right there. And we're just going to put on a little bit of each right here, and I'll show you how to do that. So I have a bit of an order on how I season everything. I don't really measure anything out. It's all to the eye. But first, we start off with the old kosher salt. Just lightly get it all over everything like that. All right. Next up would be the black pepper. And you just sprinkle it all over there. It's okay. Some places can be thicker than others because we're all going to rub it in. And of course, my favorite, the garlic powder. And bam, bam, bam. The crushed red pepper, this adds a little bit of heat to it, not too much. Not too much of a kick, and you don't overload it. Of all the ingredients, this is what you go the lightest on, is the crushed red pepper. It's more of a secondary flavor instead of a primary. And of course, the coup de grace, this is what the fancy stuff likes, is the rosemary. People are like, what is that special flavor you added? It's just a little bit of rosemary. Then you take your nice washed hand and just rub it right into your pork. Yeah, that's right. We're rubbing your pork today. You just rub it all in there so it gets nice and seasoned and get in there. And we're going to leave this pork out for about 45 minutes to an hour just to make sure it gets up to room temperature after we season the bottom half of this. So we're going to season both sides of our pork. Oh, man. I always handle my meat so gently.
Sure, eventually.
Time is here, and as you can see, we got out the old family grill here. I love this thing. Thank you, Dad, so much for the used grill. I love this thing. So the first thing you got to do with starting a grill is, of course, turn on the propane. Why the propane needs to be turned on? Because you turned it off last time. This is the #1 rule of propane grills. You turn off your gas before and after use. And there we go. So you start up your grill, of course, by getting everything, your pilots going on. You can hear the hissing of the gas. And let it get over here for a moment, and then we'll hit the crossover ignition, and boom. All right, we're going to fire her up here. Whoosh. Nice flames, and we're going to wait for it to get up to temperature. Looking at this guy right over here, once it gets nice and hot, we'll drop our pork. All right, we got our pork right here. We got our grill nice and hot, very hot over here. And we're going to get some hash marks on these. So how to get those proper grill marks on your pieces of meat is to drop them at 2 o'clock initially. And then when we turn them, we'll turn them to a 5 o'clock position. But first, we got to drop off, put them all on there really quick so they all start cooking evenly. Nice hiss there. Smelling already really good. You can smell the garlic and the rosemary. Really just kicks it right on off. And you just split them out. You know, you don't pound it into the grill. You just kind of just tap it down so that all the meats are nice and level, so we're going to get a nice even cooking there. Don't pound it in the grill because your shit's going to stick there and you're going to peel it off and it's going to be a mess and people will call you an amateur. So we're going to take one of our pork loins right here, look at it, kind of peel it off. See, there's a little bit of sticking there. That's also a sign that it hasn't quite cooked too much, or I may have pounded too hard. We flip it over. We got grill marks. So we quickly go, boom, and take them all to the next position. Let's turn them over. Up, up. I like how I was talking about, don't make your shit stick to the grill, and what's happening? My shit's sticking to the grill. I'm a perfect example of what not to do. They're all cooked on one side, so we're flipping them right on over. They're actually looking really good. And since they cook really fast, we're just going to leave them on here for about a minute, 2 minutes, and they're going to be done, nice and juicy and tender in the center. And it's going to be good stuff, I guarantee it. Our pork is done. Look at all that. It's really good. So we're going to take it, load it up on our fine piece of plateware here. I think actually this plate was used for a plant potter or a base of that, but I don't know. I use it as a serving tray for my excellent pork and other culinary confections. Here we are. This is going to be delicious. I got some rice inside to go with it. Let's go. So ta-da! It is modest looking. It is small, but it's going to be excellent anyway. So no leftovers are the best. And cut that in. It's nice and thin. So there we go. Nice meat. Absolutely delicious. Thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate it. Alright folks, that's my segment for the show today. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below you somewhere. Leave a comment on the message board and share us. And we'll catch you in 2 weeks. Enjoy the garage door reveal, everyone. Cousin Dave, he's got to be here somewhere. I just know it. I'll get him. Dave!
Cameraman. Howdy, y'all. Cousin Dave here. Come on along. Come on. Now, as you probably all know, there is a gas shortage on. There's all kinds of supply problems and demand problems, and so we are currently in a gas shortage in some parts of the country. Now, in a trailer park, you got lots of abandoned vehicles just sitting around in various parts of the property and parked all over the place. Now, the nice thing is, if you can find one that don't have one of them locking gas caps, you got yourself some free gas. It's always good to keep some around. Now, we just unscrew this. Now, if we go back to the old days, we would use a simple tube to put it in there and pull out unwanted gasoline from a abandoned or not working vehicle, right? Now, you could use a small tubing, medical tubing, something you use in the still, or you could just use a garden hose. Now, my lungs are getting a little too worn from doing this too often, so I've done pick me up something special. Down at the auto parts store, you can get yourself a little bit of tubing, and then this little bulby thing does all the work for you. It's beautiful. You just run that sucker right on in, just like you're filling the gas can. Yeah. Get a good shot of that. Now you just feed it in until you get, you get a little resistance there. Now you see here, the suction will take care of it from there. Make sure you get this open. Now, a gas can is generally very easy to find round and about the trailer park. So you got that there. Now, I have noticed that there are some very interesting intellectuals during this gas shortage that have used alternative storage methods. So, one could theoretically use a nice plastic bag with a Ziploc container. Now, if you use them grocery bags, you got to double bag and tie them real tight. Otherwise, they might leak all out. Now, me, myself, I think that's the stupidest thing I have done ever heard, so I ain't going to use that. I'm going to use a gas can. Now here, if you just give it a good pump, you should be getting some gas going. You got to make sure, yeah, it's pinching the tube. That's something good to watch for. Got that little backup there. And once you get this sucker flowing, it should just pour right into your gas can, and you'll be ready to go and walk away with everything you need.
What are you doing in my car, Dave?
It's your car, huh?
Yeah.
I was wondering what kind of,
I drove this to work. We drove you this to work release just the other day.
Right, I thought this is a familiar vehicle.
Yeah.
From trailer class, y'all have a nice day.
Ass. Thank you all very much for watching. I appreciate it. Why are you still filming?